The truth isn't positive or negative. It's just the truth. Now, here's some more of it. This is the Sports Source.
Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Safety Systems. When it comes to safety systems, for 20 years, they've been helping East Tennessee residents and businesses. Security and camera systems, life and fire safety systems, testing fire safety systems for businesses, and top audio video systems for your home or your office. They do it all. Safety Systems give VFL J.J. Surlis, who just texted me something obscene, a call this week and talk to him about what Safety Systems can do for you. All right, let's quickly take a look here at the little YP board. All right, there are your 14 SEC programs, as if you didn't know. This is a refresher for David, Jimmy, Vince, and Chuck. I want to know in this segment, what is the very first, if you're buying and selling stock, if we had Mark Pankratz in here advising us on these stocks, what's the first stock you are selling? What is the worst football stock over the next 5 years in the SEC?
Can we start at the very bottom of that?
We can.
Vanderbilt. I mean, to me, that's the obvious pick as the worst stock overall.
I'm going to sell high on LSU. I love Edo, love the story.
Ooh.
But Joe Brady,
So you're
David
selling
Aranda.
on LSU in the first segment.
Absolutely,
I didn't see that.
because
Okay.
you're at the top. LSU is going to have talent, but LSU won on the strength of their coordinators. Edo's a culture guy. I love the story. But when you don't have Joe Brady, you don't have David Aranda, gigantic losses.
He said 5 years.
Over
not
a
next
5-year
year.
period.
Over a
5
5-year period, yes, of course. They're not going to be winning 11, 12 games, 10 games every single year. There's a 7-5. There's an 8-4.
There's a reason you were the first man broke in our pick segment. All right.
Fair point.
I agree with Chuck. I think Vanderbilt's a sell.
I would too. I'm selling Arkansas.
Yes.
That's amazing how that program has declined over the last 20 years.
It's 10 cents a share, Jimmy.
Well,
It's a penny stock.
I
It's a penny stocks too, yeah.
yeah, and you can look at it different ways. Could they be better than 2-10? Yeah, they could be better than 2-10, but still, I just think over a 5-year period, they're not going to be very good. They won't be competitive, in my
I
opinion.
mean, no offense to Sam Pittman, who's a very good offensive line coach. First-year head coach in a division with 3 national championship winners.
Yep.
Ogeron, Saban, Jimbo Fisher.
And that powerful LSU program.
That's right. Then you throw in Kiffin and Leach, who, look, I wouldn't buy their stock either, but I'd buy it before I bought Arkansas. So Arkansas just don't. Maybe Pittman pulled some sort of miracle, but boy, that looks like a stretch. Who are you selling, Vince?
Selling, I'd probably say Auburn, because I think at some point they're going to part ways with Gus Malzahn, and then life where you're not in contention for a national championship. I think that's going to really sting Auburn. And then will they make the right hire? They're the little brother in that state, as we know. And so sometimes you make emotional decisions, and I see Auburn sliding back.
Here's the thing, except for their one national champion when they made it to the championship game in Malzahn, first year back there. Mm-hmm. They've lost 4, 5, or 6 in every year since. Mm-hmm. He's very I don't want to say lucky you've beaten Alabama, so that's a good thing. But if he hadn't had those games against Alabama, if he didn't have those wins over Saban, he would have already been fired a long time ago.
Right.
I mean, he saved his job by beating Saban on occasion.
The kick 6 was a big part of
yes,
that.
Yeah, which was smart, but that is a kind of a fluky
And
thing.
if you had to sell one more, and trying to stay out of the state of Mississippi for now, but if you had to sell one more, wouldn't it be South Carolina? Don't you see that is going on the down? I mean, that's.
I think Tennessee is about to replace South Carolina. I think South Carolina moved ahead of Tennessee in the last 10 years, and I think that's about to flip. But I don't see them as a hard sell the way I would. If I'm looking at my portfolio, I don't want Vanderbilt on it. I don't want Arkansas on it. That's the way I'm kind of looking at this, first of all. Who's out of there?
Right.
Arkansas, Vandy. I'm going to give you another one. Missouri. Missouri's got.
Missouri was
they've
looking
just got
at
too
that.
many.
High risk.
All those issues off the field too. I mean, that killed them to where now you're just struggling to get back to where you were under Pinkel.
I like the drink.
You might have the next.
hire,
Yeah,
but-
Drinkwitz. You might have the next big guy. Maybe.
But you had Drew Lock. You had a really good quarterback.
But would you want to have a drink with Drinkwitz?
You had Drew Lock and you hired Derek Dooley to run his offense. Well,
Yeah.
saw how that worked out.
All right, so we're definitely all right. I'm. This is where it pays to be the king of the show. I'm definitely taking out Missouri, Vandy, and Arkansas. Which would you rather have stock in? Let's do it this way. Mississippi, Mississippi State or South Carolina? I think Muschamp is safe, even though he came close this year to getting whacked. I think he's a safer bet than Kiffin. I could see Kiffin or Leach having a little blip.
I think
Yeah.
right
Then
now
they're
I'd
gonna
rather
crash
have
and
stock
burn.
in Ole Miss over South Carolina.
I'm with Chuck. I think I'm taking Ole Miss. I
I
think you have a
agree
matured
also.
Kiffin.
Everybody's in-
I think there's going to be a factor in
Matured.
Memphis. Well,
Yeah, judging by his Twitter feed, he's so mature.
judge the program, not the Twitter feed. But no, I think I think he's going to be a factor recruiting Memphis. I think he is. He has learned from his mistakes in a lot of ways. FAU, he left that program in a really good position. People say, oh, you can just go to the CUSA and just make it win and it's super easy. It's not. Everybody would do it. He walked in there and they dominated that league.
I would deep six Mississippi State. I don't think what Leach does is going to work. If he doesn't have the right quarterback, he's always been blessed with a good quarterback that has either been good or he's helped make them good. And receivers, I don't think that's going to work in the SEC.
No, and here's the thing. Let's say that his offense does work. You're still not going to have a defense. You're just going to
Yeah.
get killed in it. I
Yeah.
agree with you. I don't think he's going to have.
You know, it's funny they
It's going to be a fun 3
But-
years.
but he doesn't-
Yeah, 3 years. There you go. That's
Would
why you
anybody
sell.
here be surprised if Kiffin and Leach are both gone in 2 years? For various
both.
reasons.
But
I
I
would not
would
be
be in
surprised.
2. I wouldn't be in 3.
Nah,
But
wouldn't surprise me at all.
They interviewed Michael Leach during halftime of the basketball game there last night, and he was ready to give scholarships to all 10 of the basketball players on the court. I said, well, then 5 of those are going to be an NCAA violation.
All right, it's going to be fun to watch. All right, who are we killing first? Mississippi State over Ole Miss?
I'd kill Mississippi State.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to work.
All right, where does Tennessee on this list? Whose stock should you buy? Not LSU, according to David. Come on back, we'll discuss.
Expensive shares.